More or Nothing.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of More or Nothing with Ryan and Max. Boys, how are we doing? How's the week been?
Max? Right. It's like quiet weekend in, off the back of a loss to the dreaded Dark Legions of Mark McCall. Such is the way of this game. And here we are with you two jolly fellows.
I'm not laughing at the result. I'm not laughing at Max. I'm just laughing because you asked how Max is. He's not feeling very well, is he? You don't feel very well, do you, Max? What has happened to your ears? They look all red and swollen.
Yeah. I've got some kind of ear infection. Oh, mate, the mirror screen's throwing me off, lads.
Yeah, show me that side. Come a bit closer. Oh, my goodness. For those that can't see and are listening, it's like a...
pork scratching on there.
Something my dog used to chew. It looks horrible. Oh God, I hope you're all right. And it's knocked you, is it, a little bit? You're not feeling too great?
No, not feeling so great, Ryan.
I'm sorry to hear that. Mark, are you back at home? Because it looks seedy. That curtain behind you is seedy.
No, very good for the sound quality, though.
Yeah, but seedy.
I tried to find the best.
Those watching.
No,
I tried to find the best place in the house to try and.
I feel like that curtain's not bad. If it was like red velvet, then it gets a bit strange.
Can you please just go and upgrade your internet quality? Your internet quality is absolutely shocking, Mark.
Yeah, you're slightly.
It's not mine.
Well, okay. Let's not have a debate on the opening.
So boring for our listeners.
It will be. But
have a speed test off.
all the money you've got over there in your beautiful mansion with 7 swimming pools, and you still can't sort the internet out. But hey ho, Max. We'll start with Max this weekend, will we?
So Saracens boys, they started off quite splendidly. Actually, went down to 14 men. They had a little bit of a fight back. Then we proceeded to dice them up for the best part of 70-odd minutes, but that plucky lot, a lot of known winners, pedigree from 1 to 15, managed to get that last hurrah through Alex Lozowski's boot. But really, it was our game to lose, and we did that, sadly.
How helpful?
Hold on. Do you know the worst thing was, Mark? Is it all sort of unravelled as they're talking to Pat as well? Like they're like bigging him up.
Yeah, on the comms.
Oh yeah.
And if you've watched it back on comms, they're like, Pat, what have you told the boys to do at half time? They've come out firing. They're looking great. And he's like halfway through, sort of saying, "Yeah, I just told the player." And then he's like, "Oh shit, they've made a mistake. Oh no, that wasn't bad. Someone just dropped the ball." That's what he said. But. Oh, mate, that 10 minutes after half time, it's complete madness, man.
Yeah, the mental try of the gods where
I think just everything about the 10 minutes, forward, backwards, that try, Ibitoye try. Oh my God, that's the try of the season.
Fitzy's try off Ibitoye's back out the back, mate. Gabriel Ibitoye, my God, what is going on? He's playing the game differently. I swear, ever since Semi came to Bristol, right? I swear he's like taken up that mantle of I'm going to throw the ball with one hand at all times and just manipulate defenders. And his like ability to move and elude guys, his strength on arm tackles is just singular. There's not really many wingers in the world really quite like him the way he plays. So yeah, fabulous stuff to watch.
For me though, right, with plays like that, when you've got someone throwing the ball behind the back and it just seems to come off, it sticks.
Yeah,
it's because you start to expect it from them. Whereas if it was like me running with the ball and I did that, no one would expect me to do it. So just smash off their face or hit off a shoulder. You're like, Wilson, what the fuck are you doing? Like Nico Matawala was exactly the same. You just knew he was not dying with the ball. He's flicking out somewhere. It's coming out his arse. It's coming out his back somewhere, no matter what.
Yeah. Whereas, there was no game plan for Nico. Yeah.
Once that starts to happen for those players, it just grows and evolves into something where they then become unplayable. Dupont did it again at the weekend, didn't he? He came. You see him in the game. I can't remember who they're playing, but he's thrown one round the back, out the back door, and they've scored a magic try. So it's like people start to expect it. Whereas, how do you get into that match? You need to start doing it. Just throwing the ball over your shoulder.
It's like a shocking amount of self-confidence as well. Like the sort of self-esteem you have to just be like, I'm going to try and be about 18 defenders today and just throw the most outrageous 50-50s I've ever done. But he does it like every time, every kick return, it's happening. It's absolutely mental.
And Max, your skipper, was it a hat trick? Did he get a hat trick?
You did it.
Harding, Durham Uni alumni, Wellington College alumni. Great lad. Yeah.
Is he Wellington College as well?
He's all wubber baby. All wubber you.
Oh, there you have it. Bloody hell, he's part of the Hogwarts membership.
Indeed, Hogwarts without the spells, absolutely. But yeah,
he does. He almost reminds me of similar to a Zach Mercer because he's quite an unassuming bloke.
Oh mate, he looks like a Nat 2 back rower, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Then suddenly he's he hits way bigger than he looks. You're absolutely right. There's some weird explosiveness to him, and also he's just a hell bent competitor. Like very, very dogged individual, and he has a fair amount of skills to boot. To be fair to him. I would hate to let him hear this though, but yeah, he's
Why? Go on, why? Because they were good tries as well. It's not just him.
Well, this is like
come on,
young captain, little bit full of himself. Always the teacher's pet in terms of the examples in like the coaching room. Oh yeah, so here's Fitzy doing exactly the Bears way, and you're just like, get one there. All right, Fitz. And then you end up calling Fitz like nobody because nobody's perfect. Like John Eales vibes. It's just. But to be fair to the bloke, he is just so prolifically consistent. And as an athlete, he's not, as you said, he's not like freakish, but somehow he's just winning collisions and just doing the hard stuff very well. Like full on head in the spokes kind of character.
Oh, there you have it, mate. Talk to me about the Saracens lot because were they giving it loudly?
No, they were all right. So because thankfully Ben was obviously like shelved for this game, so we didn't have to deal with that leering like hooliganism of his. And
he would have been the main. Yeah, he would have been the main instigator of that.
Like any time, Freeman and he's like, like the brick and play, just in your grill, letting you know that you're there on top. But I don't know. I think they were fairly like a little bit surprised that they got that done. Like a bit not surprised, but like relieved, shall we say? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they were tasting their tails a bit. Like there was a lot of scrambling from them, and fair play. There's a lot of heart in that team. Absolutely. Like Tom Willis, I thought had a very strong game. Big Red Reese, he was also a handful in the loose, and then obviously Elliot Daly with a little bit of that sort of international stardust, and Lozowski continuing some prolific form this season.
Talk us through, that moment when Lozowski's kick goes over the clock in the red.
Man, it was at an angle where you like Lozowski like has the boot of King Midas, as we already know, and it was at an angle which was, it's a pretty easy one for him, a guy of his caliber. So you sort of knew that writing was on the wall at that point. I did feel that we were hard done by with that decision, like because you can, as you know, Ryan, you can play the nine's hand if he's throwing the ball. You can't play the ball. It's a bad rule, but it is the laws of the game, and that's how I felt. I thought that. I've forgotten who it was. But yeah, played the hand rather than the ball itself. But such is the way, man. Such is the way. These things happen. Rugby comes at you fast, boys.
And he was 100% off the tee, wasn't he? So as soon as he stepped up for that, you knew he was slotting it over. But hey, another game for the neutral. Another game for the neutral to watch. You just look at it and go, but there was a few in the Prem as well, especially like the Queen's Bath game.
Yeah, that was also very plucky from the men of Bath, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of movement in that Premiership this week.
Boys, hella congested. Yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight to the end, I reckon.
Yeah, but you guys must be still on quite. I know that the way it went down right at the death, but actually 2 defeats in games that really should have gone your way when you look at it, or at least not. You didn't necessarily deserve to lose.
Yeah,
two games.
The changing room was a little bit of a mausoleum. I won't lie. It was fairly gutting, but generally, like there was a feel of almost some optimism from the coaches in terms of feedback, just like being like, well, look what we can do to this lot. We just have to build on like being consistent and putting teams to the sword at crucial times, and just the way we play, we do give teams a lot of shots at us, just because of the nature of what we're doing. Like we're attacking from all areas of the field, so these things are bound to happen at times. But it's like, how do we capitalize on that much possession and that much sort of dominance in terms of the gain line and stuff like that? So that's sort of where our heads are at.
I felt like the commentators were on the brink all the time, and just slagging you off the way that the Bristol way of playing your way out of your own 22, and then next minute
someone does,
on the limb. And it was like they were eating their words. But you look at it, and you look at the table though. 7 bonus points. The only other team that have got that is Gloucester, and they've only won 1. So it keeps you in touch. The way that you boys are playing the game, going out there, losing bonus points, try bonus points, keeps you in the running. Top 4 still, joint top 3rd. So, hey, I'm still fighting for it. Bristol going all the way. I can't wait. Premiership final.
Yeah, buddy.
Just Max, just a quick word on somebody who's really helping with the bonus points and the type of tempo, and who's did it in front of Borthwick on Saturday. Your pal, the piece, Harry Randall, that is just he was just bringing it. But again, I mean, with Mitchell out of the autumn series, he's got to be starting for England, right?
I want that to be the case, Mark, but I feel as if Big Stephen will go for someone a little bit more pragmatic for Test match or rugby, and Ben Spencer's been playing very well. He's at the nucleus of that Bath success, and he's also he just gives you sort of a high percentage type of game, whereas Rands is a bit more of a all field threat. He'll run it from anywhere, quick taps, keeps people on their toes. He likes to manipulate. He's like the Geppetto of the ruck, he likes to pull out the A, the B, the C, put boys in holes, and he's also a great merchant of the show and go. So I would like to see Rands get a run in there. I think he could transfer that skill set to the international scene as we've seen before. But my money's on Steve picking Ben Spencer to start.
Randall, Marcus Smith, look at that magic.
In
the
I've had Rands coming off, a bit of a contrast. You got the thunder and lightning. That could be a viable option for the England bench.
God, look at us. 12 minutes in, all we've talked about is rugby.
Okay, well, so what have you been up to? We'll get back to the other
I want to know
game.
what else Max has been up to at the weekend. When did you play? On a Friday or Saturday night?
So I played Saturday, and then I was talking to Eli before he went away to the Autumn Internationals, trying to get him out for a cutler, but didn't manage to rendezvous with him. So then I was just, when you get home and you're just tired, and then the sort of the weariness of defeat settles on your carcass, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm going to binge watch something and just eat tons of delicious Chinese takeaway. I had Singapore noodles and black bean sauce.
Oh gosh, look at that for me. Look at featuring in your weekend.
Can't beat it. Then Sunday, I just sort of vegetated again, just fermented in the sofa. There's a culture on that puppy as we speak. But it was a very, very sort of rest and recover sort of weekend for Max.
What's your series? Just out of interest, what are you watching?
So the one I finished was what's it called? Loz, what's that series called that we finished? Oh, we didn't finish it. The one with Kate Blanchett,
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, yes. Really
Any
nice.
Good?
Out. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. It's quite dark and twisted. It's about sort of a narcissist.
Cuarón, right?
I've enjoyed it. Apple TV's really putting out the bangers. There's a lot of quality, whereas Netflix is a scattergun of trivial tripe.
Hold on,
Max Laheath has just nailed it. Yeah. He's nailed it right.
How on earth can you watch Apple TV? You can't even log in here with a good Wi-Fi, mate. You are literally just a glitch. All I can see is fuzzy.
Singapore's the Silicon Valley of Asia, baby. He's fine. He's okay.
I'm fine. Everything's good.
That's also I started watching Mr. McMahon on Netflix, which is wow. Have you watched that, Rye? I feel like you'd like that.
No, I haven't.
You know who Vince McMahon is?
Yeah.
It's basically a sort of documentary on his life and his rise to sort of controlling wrestling in the States, in the world, effectively. Mate, he is clean off. It is wild what they got away with. I just finished up on Hulk Hogan when they were trying to make wrestling mainstream. The flagship was Hulk Hogan at the time. That was who they'd pinned their hopes on. And obviously he did the Rocky 3 movie. Then Vince got hold of him, brought him to the WWE, and he's throwing them out to all these chat shows. And he goes on this chat show, and all these people are sort of being a little bit cynical, the chat show hosts, about wrestling being fake. And obviously Hulk Hogan's a 6'7", 8" Adonis, bloke's a freak with bit of a bad bald spot. But other than that, he's a very freaky athlete.
And a terrible taste in Trump as well now.
Yeah. But, mate, he ends up sleeper holding the host on national television. he doesn't know he's out. So he's like, he just drops him. Bro, the bloke hits the deck like a deck chair. It's awful. He's like split the back of his head open. The bloke tries to laugh it off, goes back. We're going to go to a break now. And he's like, claret everywhere. And then he like sues the life out of Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan.
It sounds like us. It sounds like us a few weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Me and you, mate.
I've been watching Brassics. You seen that?
No, I've heard it's quite funny. I
Very
like that.
funny.
You know
Very
that
funny. Just an easy watch.
What's he from? You know that lanky sort of. He always plays like a gangster or a psychopath from Misfits. He's in it, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I'm terrible. with like actors and names like that. I just my brain doesn't switch off. So, that's all I wanted, Mark. I just wanted to switch off from rugby. By the way, what am I doing living in Glasgow, Portugal? I'm sorry. I apologise to everyone. Mark's getting really upset. Apparently, I was clinking my beers all last week.
Oh yeah,
when we were on the podcast.
Very
sorry. Well, recharged. Don't know. It rained a couple of days. Went to a fucking indoor swimming pool because it was pissing rain. It cost me 165 quid. I was like, I might as well be in Glasgow. But yeah, is it BJ's? Is that the beach bar I went to?
How good is BJ's?
Lauren went on a hen-do there. She loved it.
Oh my god!
It's literally bringing all age groups together to just have a bloody good time, and
isn't it? There was like a fucking 75-year-old hen-do there. I swear, when I was there, it was just a load of old birds. But it was, very nice last day, and then back to this.
I kind of get intimidated by hen-dos. They kind of scare me. You know what I mean? They're kind of scary. You kind of see them in the distance when you're holiday making, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, but that's because of the physique and the shape of you. You just look like a stripper, so they'd be like, "Oh, the stripper's here." Whereas me, they're like, "What's wrong with that bloke? Is he the waiter?" And then Mark, they'd be like, "Oh, fucking croupier's here."
The waiter, the croupier, and the stripper. And that's on you.
It's like Butler and the Buff. Yeah,
oh my god, boys. Hold on a minute. Scrap the podcast. We should be whoring ourselves out for hen-dos where we just turn up. Mark can run the poker table. I'll serve, and you can just be the butler and the buff. We've nailed it. We make a fortune.
I think I was a butler and a buff.
You definitely were a butler and a buff. That's a Wellington thing. Again, that's a Wellington thing. I swear.
I think it was Katie Price's birthday as well. This is many years ago.
How have we never come across this?
This is why we don't talk about rugby, because see what comes out.
It was a strange experience, gentlemen. Very strange.
I bet that bloke that was on Gladiators was there as well.
No, she was going out with Alex Reid at the time, the MMA fella.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Alex Gray or someone who's the Gladiator. I can imagine him, Butler in a buff.
Oh, maybe it was Shaggy. I can't remember. Shaggy might have been on it, yeah. Marcus Watson, the now retired Benetton winger, he was also there. They were loving him.
Christian Lewis Pratt. I remember him and Ed Lewis Pratt doing a bit of that. They were all into it. It was it's a strange thing.
Well, yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Old boy.
There you have it. Let us know in the comments whether you want us to give everything up and get Max sort of doing like strip shows at 60-year-old hen-dos in Portugal.
Yeah. What roles?
1999 Melbeck.
Some of the comments are fantastic. I love it. So yeah, please do give us some roles that what we should be doing. That's quite an exciting one actually. We can create a little clip out of that.
Oh, speaking of comments, we're going to put our more or nothing apology stamp on Jack Nowell having a chat about him representing France. Apparently, that's not possible for him to do unless he really does have a hidden French relative somewhere. So we've let Jack know. I think he's pretty disappointed. We lured him down that path.
I was messaging Will Collier yesterday about his experience so far at Castres. And obviously he's a very big man of culture, a bit of a culture vulture. He definitely dabbles in the finest delicacies of the world, a real gastronomique. Mate, he is a loving life. It's not a myth. Yeah, France is the promised land. He's got he managed to get his hands on a massive. I don't know if I should disclose this, but yeah, he got a sweet farmhouse out of it. And he's just living the finest, living the dream just outside of Toulouse, and he's loving it.
Fucking well. Meanwhile, he's got Leone Nakawara, who's still living in the fucking academy flat. I think. Max, where are you? It is studio flat press. It's good. I like it. I don't have to clean. Oh, fucking hell, man! You're earning the fortune. He's just happy. He's just happy. He's just happy there.
Ryan, you need to call up. Speaking of France, you need to call up Bizier. Apparently, they're going to be bought by Andrew Mertens.
Speaking of players owning stuff, what about Rocky Elsom, boys? Ooh.
Come on, Max.
Ryan, you heard? Mate, he's a wanted man.
Yeah. Oh, down from Narbonne when he ran off with the money. Is that
There's a warrant out for his arrest, old boy.
Oh, is there? I remember all that happening.
Looking for it.
Actually, right.
How does it work, Mark? Can they get him out of Ireland? He's in Ireland, isn't he?
Yeah, I think there's extradition between.
Yeah, I feel like they
again. I'm not going to take that. I don't know where.
No. Just make it up, Mark, because that's all I do. That's all I do on the TV as well. But people have obviously paid far too much attention to the whole Jack Nowell thing and then go and research it. When I'm on TV, I just make stats up. No one's going to have a clue, are they? Just if you really go and look for it, then.
But then you become a bit of a fool, don't you?
Well, I don't know how accurate my stats are in my brain. People will soon find out. We're going to talk about any other rugby. Can we just do this?
Yes, let's get to. No. Let's. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Whilst we're talking shit,
because he goes out with a lawyer. That's why I asked Mark. By the way, he's obviously
but she's not. My wife is not a money laundering expert.
Yeah, I know, but she could be. If she worked for them, if you're maybe that's what she's doing in Singapore, working for some mad Singapore triad organization as a legal. What do they call them? What do they call them in Godfather? The gangsters, consiglieri. Yeah.
You consider, a job none of you would ever, no one would ever want, right? You're on the credits every time.
But Mark doesn't know. He's just the housemaid. He doesn't want to know any of the ongoings. He just wants to keep his head down, look after the kids, and
keep my head down, hand out massages when they're needed, and just.
Yeah, it's like that series with what's his name? Is it Bateman? Where he's out in the sticks and he has to get that money back for that gangster. And he drags his family. Ozark, yeah, but it's just flipped, role reversal. Now, you're at the center of an Ozark. Anyway, we're back to that. Let's go.
Hey, on this note, on the rambling shit, the golf channel's up this week, boys. It's coming.
How's it
going? Can't believe I've made golf a job.
Big golf influencer face.
I've made golf my job. I've made golf Scrum to Scratch. The first episode comes out Wednesday night, so keep your eyes peeled for it on YouTube over at Scrum to Scratch. I've got to use this platform.
Do I feature on that first episode?
Second week. The first episode is where I just get really, really drunk at Carden Park in a golf event, and I just drinking on every hole.
Is that the one with Tom Grennan there? That one.
Tom Grennan was there. Yeah, a few other celebs, golf influencers. But the best one is when myself and Max go and golf with the Stortman brothers. Oh my! There's some of the clips. I'm starting to go through the clips now, Max. They are so funny.
We did have a good time.
90% of them of you, just your waxing lyrical about how you become a golf pro in all of 1 hour.
I just liked that much.
It's a masterclass.
But Tom was hating it. He was like, "How's he doing this?"
Sorry, but Scrum to Scratch.
Thank you for the plug for our sister channel. There'll be plenty more of those clips and fun bonus bits as well across both sides. So do go and have a look and do subscribe and keep subscribing on ours as well. Right, big story of the weekend. Pretty much because you guys almost wouldn't stop talking about the 25 defeats on the bounce for Newcastle, but Diamonds, denizens of doom, finally sparkling. Falcons soaring and beating Exeter.
God. Do we celebrate the success of Exeter or the success of Newcastle, or do we worry about Exeter and where they're going? Because somebody called it.
You're going with that, are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew.
Also,
I
think
know
you said
something that's going
Saracens
on.
were going to get relegated, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No, we just never mentioned them. But I think there's something going on. I think there's a deeper layer to this, Max, down at Exeter. I think there's a deeper layer to.
Oh, what does your crystal ball tell you?
I don't know. I think things could be a little bit rocky down there. Let's just say. But
we talking between the management and the player group.
Everything.
Yeah, mainly there's a rift there.
Yeah. So conspiracies, who knows? But Newcastle. Do you know what? I was happy to see it. I actually feel relieved for them. How good, Callum Chick! What a captain, born and bred Newcastle from the fucking tune, and he's it's pretty special to see him finally do it. Yeah, it's against Exeter, who haven't been going very well, but they needed it. They needed it, and now they build on it. Do they build on it?
Absolutely, that's it. Do they build on it? Yeah, it's still tough. Let's be honest, but that's a huge result. And mate, I'm telling you, Friday night down there, it's a bit swirly up there. The boys are up for it. Oh, it's a tough place to go. Desperate men can do wild things.
Yeah. But Dons was happy. You could see it. He loved it.
Mate, he was stoked. Yeah.
He, I think one of the comments I heard afterwards was, boys go out and celebrate, but they haven't managed. Imagine one. I'm surprised anyone remembered the song. It's been that long. You know, when you sing a song after the game. Yeah. We'll come on to this again. We're going off piece, but surprised they even remember the song. But good on them. Sung the song, and he talks about when you go out for beers after a game. Think how long going out after games and not winning for that, and being able to celebrate a win. What a night that would have been. Actually, I might text Tom Gordon now and find out.
See what the crack is. Yeah. What happened, Tom? If you remember.
I'll find it out and let you know. But pretty special. In terms of songs, though, some of them are so fucking cringe, aren't they?
Yeah, but did you see that article? I think it was from the Telegraph or the Guardian?
Yes, I did.
The toxic masculinity of rugby victory songs.
Piss off. Ridiculous. Right.
Let us have our things. Society, please.
Right, I'm gonna throw this one up there for the worst one I've ever heard. The Edinburgh one.
It's funny that it wasn't Munster. Funny, weird. Out of all the clubs in the world, I just don't like this one.
No, it's so cringe. They whisper like, "Who wants to be an Edinburgh Ghana? Who wants to be an Edinburgh Ghana?" And they like whisper like idiots, and they're like, "Who wants to be an Edinburgh?" Oh, I'm gonna
get the guys reading that. Yeah, but those whisper to loud songs are made upon the ringleader of who's leading it. So you just build off the energy of that person. So if the host of the song is terrible, then yeah, I agree, they don't work. But if you've got an absolute maniac in terms of like body language and volume, and he just times it to perfection, it can be quite fun.
Yeah. Plus, it maybe in another language, like in Fijian or like Māori's doing it with like the Māori language, like a haka. You might be like, "Oh yeah, that's good," but I just felt it was pretty bad. What's yours? It's like, I'm gonna be a blackbird.
Where be blackbird too? Yeah, I know where he be. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's got some relevance. It's got some relevance.
Like that. It is fun. It's lovely.
Sorry, Mark, we've gone off piece again, but yeah, congratulations, Newcastle. We are very happy for you. Well done.
Congratulations as well to our boys at Bath beating Harlequins, where kind of Quins seemed to be on top for most of it, really. Main headline, I think it was a visitor's second best until 78 minutes at the Stoop.
Well, that's all you need to be, though. That's what happened to us. So yeah, I feel for the men of Quins. I feel for them. I also had that dose of medicine, but yeah, mate, Bath still tracking along nicely.
Yeah, another big win on the road as well against Quins. Huge. It's not an easy place to go. Rodrigo Isigro, the Argentinian winger.
He looks fun, doesn't he?
Now his first game from he's like Sevens prodigy, wasn't he? He was from the Sevens.
He's World Sevens Player of the Year, right?
And, like, it's just so good to see because he's coming and torn up, and now he looked pretty handy, to be fair to him. So yeah, big old win though for Bath on the road. Finn, some of those passes you just are like ballsy. He threw a couple against you boys, didn't he? But he throws it across like 2 or 3 people. You've got people rushing out.
Hard, yeah.
But he knows, because you see, if they're not ball watching, they're watching the defender. It just flies past their nose. If they just have a little glimpse, they might be able to sneak him. But he's
how do you roll? Do you roll most of your vision on the ball?
Oh, back in the day, Max.
Back in the day as an international back
I
rower.
used to fucking close my eyes and fucking hope for the best.
Just in the spokes of whoever was the most popular ball carrier.
I was definitely one of those players, where you'd like I'm just going to commit to this tackle no matter what, even if he passes it, because it's just easier to make the tackle. Do you know what I mean? Even if they get rid of the ball. So, especially just as they've passed, and they've just passed it, you're like, I'm just going to still go through this, because it's easier to just lie on the floor with the person than try and get back in the line.
Yeah. With a guy like Finn, you've got to be eyes on ball, man. Got to be, mostly. Otherwise, you're in serious trouble.
But he threw a few worldies again. He was on good form. So, yeah, he's going to got another scalp.
Backline on fire at Franklin's Gardens. Tommy Freeman in the centres. I don't know if you saw that. Finn Smith putting strings as usual. Saints smoking sale. Really?
Yeah, that kind of happened quick, didn't it? They got a bit overwhelmed, and Sale didn't look terribly at us, like sorts. It just sort of happened, It was just real quick, few cards, and Sale got on top. Saints got on top, but yeah, showing their championship pedigree there. But obviously, now with the Autumn Internationals announced, huge amount of Saints talent going away, and we've got them this Friday. Worth.
Yeah, hold on, Max. So the England players are now in camp, are they?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because I text Ben O to come on today, and he said, "Oh, sorry, mate, I'm on the way to Spain." And I was thinking, "Fucking hell, so Harry's going on the piss at the beginning of the week for this game coming up," and then it clicked. I was like, maybe he's going on England camp. So they lose all their players for this last game. Oh, that could be quite handy for you, eh?
It could be handy. But yeah, they look very good. Very good. Tommy Freeman is showing his flexibility. It'd be wild to see how he's employed. Do you reckon they'll just stick? I reckon they'll just keep him on the edge. He was working so well for England. Manny and him probably starting.
Yeah, not sure, but I'm just looking at the table. It just looks so weird with 10 teams in there, but Northampton's sitting in 5th.
I know. Just need a couple more, don't we? Just need a couple more teams in there.
Well, that's we're all hoping for, but a team that's certainly doing a lot better than it did last season, and we can see the kind of Cheika effect in full force. Leicester 19-8 down to Gloucester at the break. Apparently, they got the hairdryer treatment. Did you hear that?
Did
from
they?
Czechs. Yeah, their head coach, and then they end up with a bonus point win. So some pretty handy words. And I remember when he came. We remember when we spoke to him last season. He was like, he always is. He's very clear about what he wants to say at those breaks. It's not by chance. So
he's like Ben was sort of talking about it as well, alluding to it. He's like very, very thoughtful man in terms of the sports psychology. I think he's really mindful about when he's using the carrot, when he's using the stick, and from all accounts, he is a spooky man when he gets it up him. So it worked. And
well, a couple of the Welsh.
Llewellyn, though.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Hat trick, wasn't it? Look,
big boy hat trick.
Llewellyn, give it to us. Your Welsh brethren.
Max Llewellyn.
He's looking decent. He's a big man. Big man with silky hands. He was class.
Named in the Welsh squad this week. They've obviously got their Autumn Nation squad, so he's in there as well. Another Gloucester man that played well, Anscombe. He's done really well since he's gone there as so
huge.
Yeah, it was.
He's back in as well. He's in as well. See, he's had a lot of bad luck when it comes to playing for Wales and generally with injuries. So it's good to see.
It's interesting because you look at a lot of that Welsh, the young Welsh team. You wonder how are they going to do in these autumn tests.
But you look at the squad now.
They have got a good squad, haven't they?
Yeah, you look at the squad now. There's a few boys back. Ooh, not too shabby.
That back road, I mean, it's got a lot of, you've got Jack Morgan, Tommy Raffel, Aaron Wainwright.
Back. Yeah. I mean, he was back before, but yeah, Jack Morgan's in there. Got Archie Griffin probably start, tight head, but good to see my old mate Henry Thomas in there as well. Chris Chunza, Aaron Wainwright, yeah.
They've got 3, haven't they? They've got Fiji, South Africa, and Australia. That's all they've got for the three games. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how Wales go. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Thomas Williams as well, boy. He's been very good for Gloucester. Forgot to mention him. He's been a linchpin of their revival for sure.
Yeah, they have been looking. To be fair to them, they gave a very good showing of themselves at Leicester.
Yeah, it's like, what was going on there? Was this going to go away from Leicester? But they showed the cojones to pull it back. Fair play.
The cojones, man. The cojones.
The cojones.
Good job. Well, this is a perfect moment to thank our favourites, our wonderful Wolfcraig who've been with us through this entire journey. For those who are watching, we had the QR codes for you to go and pick up some lovely whiskey and gin with and become part of the More or Nothing family at Wolfcraig Distillers. And where can we go and get all of those wonderful things? Maximu?
Wolfcraig.com.
Head over.
The Wolfcraig moment of the week. I think Max gave us his last week, so shall we go with you, Brian, this week?
I don't know whether I don't know whether I'm ruining a script here or something, but that Ibitoye break with the Fitz Harding finish, I think it could be up there for contender of the year in terms of try of the year. It was that special, but so we're throwing that in there, but also Duhan van der Merwe just starting to peak at the right time against Cardiff. I was doing the game, but a lovely little finish in the corner, the big man. So that was up there, but now I'm going Fitz Harding.
Oh, and Ibitoye just snaking his way through up to halfway. Oh no, you're not allowed to do that. Joe Jenkins and Randall ripping it away to Batley, and here goes Harding for a hat-trick.
Let's try the season. I don't think that will be beaten. It's just the way that you boys scored that try. So the break by Ibitoye, ball round behind the back, it's just beautiful. Congratulations.
Lovely stuff. Right, let's move on to the URC. Ryan, Stormers off the bottom of the league with their first ever win over Munster. Something you must be delighted with.
Is that the first ever win over Munster?
That's what I checked it against another paper. I have. I checked. I did check it. Yeah. So apparently,
bloody yeah, and it was quite a big win as well. They're under pressure. John Dobson, under the pump a little bit in terms of where they are on the table. Stormers down at 12. If they hadn't won that, they would have been in a bit of bother. I think they were rock bottom. I think I heard something in the week where John Dobson came out. It was actually after that game, and he said he had been sent quite a few screenshots of Stormers at the bottom of the log because all the other games had been played before. So yeah, they've got to be under the pressure there because the squad they've got, the likes of Damien Willems, Kitsoff going back there. Dave Ewer's doing an absolute shift. But it's good to obviously see them beat Munster.
Where's Dave Ewers?
Dave Ewers plays for Stormers.
Oh, that's outstanding. I heard it. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
No, it is, isn't it? It's a bloody lovely thing to see.
Oh, I'm really
they went from Ulster to Stormers, yeah. Listen, They needed that win more than anything, but it was a pretty convincing win. And now that puts Munster in a bit of a predicament because they're 11th now in the URC. They've only won 2 out of 4. It's a really sad thing to see. Really sad thing to see.
Okay,
but Stormers,
get you off.
Good on you. It was a good win. In terms of other big South African games, though, mate, the Scarlets beat the Bulls, boys. 23-22. It was at Scarlets, and there was some brilliant rugby being played. But
Rogerson? Who was it in the corner?
Tom Rogers.
Tom Rogers.
I think it was,
my finish. That was delightful.
Again, ex Welsh Sevens player as well. Another Sevens player the triple step.
In Fend. Fantastic.
I think he might have, Aronsa. It was some try, but fair play to Scarlets, like picking up a big win like that. I know everyone talks about the travel and it's a long way for Bulls to go, but it's something they've got to deal with. It's a big win for them. Someone that didn't get a big win over in South Africa was Glasgow Warriors up against the Sharks.
It was a valiant performance against that team, which is loaded now. My God, when you looked at that 1-15, you were like, yes. So South Africa have their own Leinster now.
Exactly. But then, their own Leinster that actually none of them are really having to think because they've only just come back.
Yeah.
I think they brought 12. There was like 16 winning Springboks in there that have won World Cups or so, 12 or something like that. I remember I make up stats, but it is a ridiculous team. It is mental. But then 2 games, and then they're 2 games, and then they're off to the autumn tests again. You're like, fucking hell, paying all that money for those players.
Peachy, baby. Rugby's booming in South Africa. But 2 points for Glasgow in that?
2 points last, 2 tries at the end, and how big they could be.
Mate, you can't want anything more from that. That's tough. That was always going to be an endeavour.
Yeah, the only thing you hope for is you heard Plumtree talk before the game. He's like, what's the cohesion going to be like? We're bringing a lot of players back in for the first sort of run out. Glasgow have been hitting their straps and building towards it. And that was the only hope you had. But that try at the end for Glasgow was just something else. And it was, a valiant 2 points. I don't think Franco Smith will be happy. But if you told them, listen, you'll get 2 points for that out of that game, certainly at 78 minutes, you would have been like, yeah, we'll have it. Thank you very much. Yes, so absolutely. Well done, boys. Good 2 points on the road. I just wish I was down there. They've been staying in, I caught up with Carl Stone today. They've been staying in Stellenbosch. Oh, I love Stellenbosch.
Oh, that is a wonderful place. That is very picturesque, wine country, just delightful.
What makes it even more picturesque is the fact that they have load shedding and everything's candlelit. Just stunning.
Yeah. Just add to the romance of the whole place.
Yeah,
just lit
it's not necessary.
Candles everywhere.
But other than that, Edinburgh I mentioned them earlier. Duhan van der Merwe. They got another bonus point win. That's two in a row. How quickly things turn around. I spoke to Sean Everett, the coach, after the game, and
you were
3 games.
Yeah.
Like that. First thing I say, oh, Sean, do you listen to the podcast? No. Oh, great. Okay,
great. Yeah, let's have a chat.
You want to start listening now?
Yeah. Don't need to rewatch any of the back catalogue. You'll be fine. Yeah. Just start from now, and it's a sort of a series you can pick up from.
I've never really got to chat to him too much. He's actually a lovely bloke. Bloody good man. He was at the Sharks as well, wasn't he? But Sean Everett, under the pump, 3 games on the bounce they had lost. But then again, they did have Leinster, right? So everyone's slagging them off, including us. Leinster, and then 2 games away in South Africa, one of them being the Lions. I know, but it was the 48-0 at half-time that just made them.
They are lucky.
Yeah, but also, sorry, the Lions are up to second now, Ryan. So it's not, as in, it's not the Lions of old. Yeah.
I know, and that's what I'm saying is there are 3 games, 3 games on the bounce they had lost, and everyone's going, oh, is this time to get rid of him? But they've just gone and done 2 bonus point wins in a row. So fair play to them.
Good job, fabulous.
Was that like?
I'm just, I just want to check that I've not missed any games. Obviously, Leinster won again against Connacht, and Ulster did the job against Ospreys. Ospreys not looking great. I think they're rock bottom, aren't they? Are they rock bottom of the league? Yeah, they are. Boofish boys right down the bottom.
No, sadly.
It's not good to see. But Edinburgh play Ospreys this week. I'm going down there for that one. So that's a big one. Down at Bridgend. But
love to get everybody's thoughts on those new rules that are coming out. 20-minute red card. Where do we sit? Because, there's been some pushback. The French aren't liking it. The Irish aren't liking it. What are your thoughts, fellas?
As far as I can tell, it's mostly negative, isn't it?
Yeah, but we were sort of we were big on the orange card.
No, I think I'm for it. I was always a fan of that, and
But what's the main reason that I think it's if it's foul play though? Is it straight?
If it's straight flat, if it's someone punches someone in the head or maims someone, then it's a straight red card. Boom, you're off, you're out of it. But then,
if it's a act of just sort of competitive red card,
there's something that's is not intentional, but it's resulted in something with no intent, then potentially it would be the 20-minute red card, and then that person can't come back on, that player can't come back on, but you can bring somebody else. But I think the main issue has been, firstly, statistically, you're not necessarily bound to lose, and in fact, it was something like only 60% in the league games in France of the team that goes down to 14 men. 60% of the time they will lose, but 40% of the time they do win. But then it's much closer to 50-50 in internationals between top 10 sides, which is strange. I just would never have sort of thought of it that way, but actually it's not necessarily. But I think the main cause is they've been doing a lot of work against trying to kind of make rugby perhaps less dangerous, and that this doesn't necessarily go in that direction.
I'm for it. I think you try and keep as many people on the field as possible.
Yeah, it's all about the product. We can't keep just like, I know it's important I don't think the behaviour change is going to be driven solely by that. So yeah, I'm sort of with you, right?
Something else to help the product is a shot clock on scrums and lineouts, right? That's another one. So 60 seconds to get it done with.
30 seconds.
So that's another good thing, speeding up the game. How do you feel about that, Max?
The thing is, sometimes come up against like hookers and stuff that like to play the sort of the dancing game. So they like to go to like left of they like to get the spacing right so that they're a certain amount left of the mark or head on head with the opposition hooker. So obviously that's quite a key sort of tactic of some guys. And it's that it would be like, but that with that shot clock, it could mitigate people faffing around there, and it'll just keep everyone accountable in that regard.
It'll be interesting because it'll be down to the ref to sort of
be like, you're messing about, stop playing, stop dancing around, just get on with it. Yeah.
And what happens if you're weaker? If you're getting pulverized, do you perhaps take the free kick? I mean, I know they'll find there is a way, right? So you can get penalised for it, but. Are you perhaps better off just go over the time and then sit and reform, right? Because it sort of defensively it might be on your side. No,
is that what it is? A free kick?
Yeah, but there must be a way. I think they must introduce something else as well, because otherwise, if you're like, we're going to get pounded anyway, let's take the free kick. But in any case, something that I think we will love. I don't want to speak on your behalves, guys, but the old DJ refs on the mic now, so you'll be able to hear in the stadium.
NFL style.
They'll be able to tell you, like, I've done that because it's the right thing, or for whatever reason, giving the
so they basically they will explain their decision to everyone in the stadium. So
I think that's good. Yeah,
you basically don't need your ref link anymore.
Yeah, the ref link's over with. You don't have to pay extra for
that. But I think that's good. I think it's good. It's going to engage the fan more. I think it's all these little bits are good. Keep them coming. Keep them bloody coming.
Yeah. So we're all for it. I'm surprised about the scrum thing from you, Max. That's all. I wondered whether are they trying to depower scrums?
I don't know.
Which is key to rugby union. It is to getting tired players on the field, to all shapes and sizes, all of that stuff. No.
Yeah, I'm sort of just a bit. No, I think I'd rather there wasn't a shot clock than for the scrums. But I understand why people are doing it. I completely understand. It's more to get sort of more viewership, isn't it? As make it more aesthetic as a sport. I completely get that. So we'll see how it works. And if it doesn't work that well, they can always sort of revert these things. So all is well.
Fabulous stuff. One quick word from you, Wills, because you've probably come across him a few times. Gareth Davies retiring from international rugby.
Mafanri, what a man! Oh yeah, he's a good boy. He's been fucking outstanding for Wales, isn't he? His whole career. So interesting one though. Like,
why?
Why is there something around the corner? He's maybe being told by Gatland that he wasn't going to be involved. Yeah, I should have actually messaged him. That's a bit shit from me. But he's been a proper servant, hasn't he, for Welsh rugby? He's a funny bloke, thick as mince, but a lovely guy.
He's a lovely man, very charming,
and he's a fucking good player as well. He's still got it. How old is he? Because I swear he's the same age as me.
Yeah, he's our age, isn't he?
I thought he was 34. I love that. Young, right? Young at heart. He's 34.
For a 9, it's like for a 9, you got your fundamentals down. That's pretty young, I reckon. You can keep going for a while, just keep the ticker going.
Is there any other big news in rugby this week? I feel like we've missed something really important.
Isn't that our job? No, that will do for now, because that's been fabulous. I do want to give we've had some messages coming in all around from all over the world. So no, it was just, continue to follow us and everything. I'll give a big shout out, because it's nice to give a shout out for the different kind of gangs and groups and communities that are getting into the show. Quick one to Matt Sweeting of Columbia Gorge Rugby Club in Oregon. They love the show. Thanks for getting in touch.
How good.
So, we had the followers in Thailand. And if you're in a fun, exotic place, get in touch. Let us know where you are. And what's that?
Someone painted me on a rugby ball. That's quite nice, isn't it?
Oh, that's actually
a rugby ball. It's a golf ball.
That is impressive.
This fella, art for golfers, and he hand paints these golf balls.
That's a lovely touch.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was my fiddle toy today. Did you not have a fiddle toy today, Max?
I have had a fiddle toy.
What have you been fiddling with?
This Oppo headphone amplifier.
It's just so niche every time. It's so weird.
I love that.
Just, of course he did. Of course he does. And of course it's there.
Have you just been pulling that thing out and putting it back in?
This lever's quite nice to touch. And then this has like a really nice mechanical action on it. Where it like turns on.
Man, you wait till you have kids' sensory toys. You just be like playing with like amazing. Mark, before we wrap it up, I just want to check that you're okay and how everything is in your life. Because you've been a bit quiet this week. Have you just been on the piss again all week?
No, Louise is away. She's away on with work in Hong Kong, so I'm like on my own, having to look after things. Not really that much, but still. So yeah.
Where's the helper? Where's the helper?
She's here. She's great. It's really helpful. It's great. It's great.
The helper's really helpful, Max. The helper is really helpful.
Okay. Anyway, on that, but in any case, we're going to be doing a show from here, guys. It's going to be fabulous, and I'm very excited about it. We just need to find the right time for all of us to get together and do that, and then hopefully we will be seeing each other in the next few weeks. So when you guys both have a second to breathe, can we actually sort everything out? But to everybody else, a huge thank you for listening, for watching. Do subscribe, of course, if you can. Keep going. We're doing so well. Numbers just keep ticking, and there's always more stuff coming in there. So do keep your eyes peeled at Maul or Nothing on YouTube. But as always, Ryan, Max, huge thank you. And we will see everybody again next week. Bye.
Ooh, all nations coming soon.
More or Nothing.